All right. Wait, I need to change one thing yet. Maybe two things. Okay, how are things looking? Is the stream up? Yes, it is. All right. Welcome here. We are doing Battle for Midway. This is week 5. It's a match between Bears Brawlers and Sorensen's Sabers. Now, oh, looks like the teams are ready. I'll talk a little bit more once we get going. It's a late match for some of these NA boys. It's an early match for some of the Oceanic boys. So best not to keep everyone waiting. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, right. It's the last week of Battle for Midway. This is Division 6. These teams are playing Bears Brawlers. They're playing for second place in the division, as they have 40 points. The top team has 56, but there's another team that also has 40 points. So Bears Brawlers needs to get points in order to secure second place, or actually, they haven't nearly secured it. Escalon Suicide is also at 38 points. So it's basically a three-way battle for second place in Division 6. Sorensen Sabers are unfortunately 1 point out of last place in the division. They recently were bumped up in this division. Previously, they were always playing in the bottom division. Now they're playing second bottom division. So I guess for them, they're more battling to show that they belong in the division. You know, and yeah, it's just kind of pride points, all that jazz too. So should be a good match. We're hoping. I mean, it's not like anyone else is playing at this time, so either cast this or don't cast anything, and I want to cast. So, did I mention I was Therax? I don't know. It's probably on the screen somewhere. You might be able to see it. Welcome here, anyone who's actually watching, and yeah, hoping we have a good match here. Where are these teams? I guess Oceanic server, so we'll give them a couple extra seconds to load in. There we go. Music starts, that means the mechs are showing up. I'm going to look at Bears Brawlers mechs real quick here. Oh, a Kentaro. I'm guessing that is going to be an SRM build. Could be MRMs as well. Get a quick check on it.
Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles.
We have a request for a hold. So they got Flamers on that with SRM 6s, no Artemis. Interesting to see Flamers. I'm hyped. Ultra 2 Huntsman. Ultra 10 Huntsman. Roughneck with large X-Pulse, medium X-Pulse, so very brawly. And three different Huntsman builds? No, two different Huntsman builds. Two UAC 10s, one UAC 2. Could play a little bit of a range DPS type setup with what they have. They do have the two lights, Piranha Incubus, going for an early Theta cap. How are Sorensen's Sabers setting up? Zeal with MRMs, light PPC. They might contest at Theta here in a second. Snubs Mag Shot on the Vulcan. Shadowcat's got a good skirmishing build. They are conceding Theta. I don't think the Vulcan's going to go in alone. Although Phoenix Hawk back up, Uziel going up top, again, MRM's light PPC, and another, what is that, third Uziel, if I'm counting correctly. So, kind of a skirmish setup here for Sorensen Sabers. A lot of snub-nosed PPC, but they will be outranged against that UAC 10 DACA, so they will have to probably get aggressive, but for now they're just content. They're sitting on two caps at the moment, but they're playing back. Looks like they might want to play around the radio tower, which is a very strong position. They don't really have, the range that I would like to see for a radio tower type build. They're running some of those PPCs, not, ERPPC or AC10 or something of that nature. Whereas Bears Brawlers are setting up on the arch, and they've got that DACA firing line here. Large X-Pulse, Roughneck. Large X-Pulse, probably not very good against some of those PPCs. It does have a range advantage, but the face time required, Stumdos versus Large X-Pulse probably can Pop-Tart that to death, even with a range disadvantage. Lights are being driven off of Theta, but nobody's going to go get it for Sorensen Sabers. They're playing a fair bit back right now, just kind of trading shots. I don't think the MRMs are very effective at this range with Pop-Tarting with the Uziel, but as long as you're not taking return fire, you can kind of just sit and do that for a while. Bears Brawlers aren't really trading either, though. They're just kind of sitting behind the arch, and yeah, I mean they've got the cap lead. Why not, right? Um, there is an attempt at Theta. That's kind of the important thing here right now. Phoenix Rocco is going for Theta, and nobody's there to deny. Now the push is going to come. Push is happening instantaneously as soon as the Theta was stepped on. So that's what Bears Brawlers are waiting for, but they don't really have brawl builds, despite their name.
Theta is
Um,
controlled by the enemy.
and Huntsmen do have the jump jets to get up, but I don't think you want to close range against MRMs like that when you're running UAC 10s. Uh, so this push is happening, but they're all on the low ground. Roughneck has no jump jets to get up. Head is open on Live-ish. They must have eaten some light PPC to the head. I don't expect they're going to go down to headshot, but could happen. I mean, one more quad tap from a light PPC or Snubnose PPC would take the head off. Theta's been flipped. The two lights are still out there. I don't know what they're doing. They're doing some sort of flank for Bears Brawlers, but they're out of the fight and they're not on a cap point either. So right now they're kind of useless. They'll be rectifying that shortly. Looks like Split Nine's kind of gotten caught out as they are the only target on the ground. They need to get back up fast or they're going to get killed by this push that is coming around. Split Nine uses JJs. Do they not have enough JJs? They might not. It probably takes 3 JJs to get up there for Uzeal. 2 might not cut it. They might only be running 1. Split Nine's just running away. We got a little mini NASCAR chasing him. Split Nine, no, why are you coming back? No, Split Nine. Split Nine's gonna die. I'm sorry. And center torso is open and goes down to rear shot on that side torso with the extra light engine. It's a brawl. It is a brawl of sorts, but it's a high ground brawl versus low ground, and the high ground is down a mech. Oh no, somebody else is down low. No, Jimmy! No! Jimmy's gonna die. But he might take someone with him. There's an open side torso on one of the huntsmen. Jimmy's down. Kentaro also no jump jets. You don't really want to be down there. Like calling a rough... No, there's both a roughneck and a Kentaro. Why am I got confused. Vulcan with a light engine. Interesting. Still alive, running around, trying to do something. Roughneck is open everywhere, but there's no focus fire here right now for Sorensen Sabers. They're kind of dropping down one at a time and eating it. And in the end, I mean, there is one light up in the pickle factory cleaning up someone in the back. Last mechs up are still on the high ground. And it's the Trout, and Trout goes down center torso. All the side torsos open as well. Very good damage spreading for a Uzeal. Last mech up, Rafu in a Uzeal as well. Now there are huntsmen diving him, and the armor difference is just not gonna be favorable in that situation. Live-ish still running around with that open cockpit. Got a convertible on his mech, convertible mod, but manages to stay alive. Close fight. A lot of damaged mechs walking around on the side of Bears Brawlers, but in the end, it is a clean sweep. I mean, relatively close. A little bit better focus fire, and maybe maybe it goes a little bit different. But Bears Brawlers picks up the first drop win here. I'm gonna switch. Yeah, okay, it's working great. What do I have? That's not relevant right now. Okay, somebody got that going. Great. Now, these teams are playing on different servers, so they are requesting that I always make that switch because I'm gonna forget. All right. Yeah, I haven't really talked about this at all yet. We're playing Battle for Midway, and it's week 5, which is the last week. So what happens with the format here, in case it's your first time watching, we're playing the same map twice, but we're switching team sides. So if there's a team side advantage, that'll even out. We're also switching servers here because one team is Oceanic, one team is North American. So some of these boys are staying up late and some of them are getting up early. But we're given, switching up the servers so it's evened out. Because that ping from North America to Oceanic, as a North American, I think it's pretty sufferable. Um, you do it, but it doesn't feel good. And for the Oceanic boys, they argue that ping doesn't matter and all that, but I know it does. So, let's make it a little bit fair for them, even if it's unpleasant for us in North America. Um, all right. Oh, I forgot to switch the overlays side. I need to do that. And I've still got the damage numbers up. Do we want to go through it real quick? I think it's up on the screen. Yeah, so what do we got? Big damage out of Rothyu, 675 in New Zealand. Some of the other mechs were not able to land shots from where they were positioned, I suppose. If you put everyone radio tower, it just becomes a mosh pit for strikes and team damage, which is shockingly low for the Sabers. Yeah, where's their team damage? I'm very disappointed. Um, Sometimes maybe it's better to have some kind of set off to the side, and then you can make the brawl kind of run through your firing line, something like that. Maybe you can get some higher damage there that way. But on the Bears Brawler side, like you got some mechs that didn't have jump jets, and the damage numbers kind of reflect that a little bit. Kintaro, Piranha, basically lucky to get any damage. Incubus is a little bit of range, so but yeah, if mechs had not fallen down, there'd be even less damage on something like the Roughneck. Although the Roughneck had range, so they could stand back from the high ground and shoot mechs when they jump up, that type of thing. Whereas the Kintaro with the SRMs, you can't really do that. So um, in an all jump jets versus no jump jets match, Kintaro just kind of doesn't have the ability to get in there. 3 kills for Lahire. I don't know. I'm sorry. And the Huntsman's also picking up 500 damage there for Skyter. So, well done. And top team damage, Mr. Bear with Gintaro. Probably couldn't get up, so they got frustrated and started shooting their teammates, or they just threw a bunch of strikes. Teams are ready, so we're just launching again. And they're at the tonnage limit of 320 when curious. There is a minimum tonnage and a maximum. Maximum being 320, minimum being 300. That's for the first 2 drops. As these drops go on, it gets heavier and heavier, and we'll start to see more mech variety that way. There's also a chassis limit of 3 mechs of a single chassis through the entire match. So the Huntsmen are all gone for Bears Brawlers, and the Uziels are all gone for Sorensen Sabers. They've also used up one of their 2 of their Vulcans. They only have the 1 Vulcan left. They have 2 Phoenix Hawks left. We might see those here. And they also have Shadow Cats left. So they could try to do the same strat, but considering the map sides are different, I'm expecting a little bit of a different strategy here for Sorensen Sabers. I did switch the server. And I did switch the scoreboard. So I think we're doing okay here. I hope. He's my friend that one time. Well, I actually played with the Sorensen Sabers twice, so thanks, Jimmy. Uh, Actually, I played with him in ComQ a little bit yet too, kind of just filling in. So sort of 3 times. Okay, I guess we can look at the map. So one of the interesting aspects of the Forest Colony map, which hasn't seen much competitive play in a while, it doesn't see much quick play either, is this canyon network here. Actually, don't call it canyon network. My bad. I'm sorry. Which gives access to Theta for Team 2, but it's a risky play to run through a canyon with only a few mechs. Now, if you take and shove your entire team through there, you can sometimes catch mechs on Theta and get some massive kills and start chaining it, something like that. So we'll see if somebody's going to do that. I don't expect it. It's kind of not really a popular strategy, but when it works, it's marvelous. We've got javelins here, 3 of them for Sorensen's Sabers. They've used theirs all up. Are they going to play for Theta? If they were, they wouldn't be dropping so far back. I don't think they would use a different drop deck there. or drop ship positioning. Firestarter, small pulse, looks pretty brawly. What did they bring for their big boys? Crusaders, 3 Crusaders. It is the red laser drop, the feared
We
Sorensen's
have Gamma.
Sabers red lasers drop deck. If they have good focus fire and they run people down, should go pretty well.
We have gained
Uh,
Epsilon.
Arctic Wolf with a backup laser and SRMs. Arctic Wolf with SRMs, Arctic Wolf with SRMs. So that is a pack of Arctic Wolves. Now, one of them is slower.
Enemy
It's a
forces have
97
Sigma.
kph pre-speed tweak because it's an Omni mech, whereas the others are battle mechs, so it'll be a fair bit faster.
Kappa is
They've
under
paired that
enemy
up with
control.
Vipers with heavy machine guns or standard machine guns and some lasers. And an adder? An adder. Oh, it's medium pulse. 5 medium pulse. I was hoping for peeps, but no dice. And what do they have over here? A longbow. Longbow, the first week that the mech is legal to use, and they're running a marvelous loadout here of 2 binary lasers and a ton of red lasers. So I don't know what to think of the longbow. I don't have any longbows. I've almost never played against it either. So um, 2 binary lasers. It's got a range advantage here, but the majority of the firepower is going to come out of the small lasers, which are going to be very useful when that red laser brawl happens. Once the Sorensen Sabers in the blue come up and do something. Now they're sitting for an ambush here at Theta. That's what this is, and they went wide on it, so they're not at the expected channel. So nobody's touched Theta, and Bears Brawlers don't know about the ambush, but they also have not seen the Sorensen Sabers at all. So they're going to be a little bit cautious here. These javelins might get caught, or they'll get scouted. The Viper's looking for a scout here. That's going to be the first mech to make contact. Now they're taking a cap point. It's going to be 3 caps to 2, or to 1, correction. And they're also going for Theta. Now Theta, that's the trigger for the trap. Now they need to push hard and push fast.
Theta is controlled
Javelins are
by
going to
the
come
enemy.
in. No, javelins are going to defend Epsilon. The main push still has not occurred. So the 3 javelins have revealed themselves, but nothing else has. And I mean, Bears Brawler's got to be smelling an ambush here. How are they going to respond to the javelins? Are they going to commit to it, expecting the main body to be here? Yes. Okay, Swords and Sabers are going for Theta now. Javelins need to get out. This is not an engagement you want to be taking here. Oh no, the Trout. The Trout. No, the Trout. The Trout is dead. There's no way he makes it out of here with both legs intact. Oh, wow. Oh, keep, no, juke, dive, duck,
Resource point
dodge.
Theta is
Oh,
ours.
no, the Trout. The Trout is dead. Theta was taken, but, like, now the ambush squad has been spotted, and they're missing a javelin. Or, well, not spotted, but their location is known. Epsilon's being
They've
captured right
taken
now. Epsilon
Epsilon.
doesn't matter. Split 9, don't go out too far ahead of your team. Wait for the Crusaders. Crusaders need to take a good path in, otherwise it's an outnumbered brawl, and they might be losing a leg as well. Bears Brawlers have a pretty good receive setup right now, and let's see how this goes. Split 9 took some early damage, probably spread, hopefully not on the legs. Yeah, it looks okay. What is happening? It's a giant chaotic brawl. Can anyone tell me what's going on? G.I. Jimmy's leading the charge. G.I. Jimmy not getting legged. Legs are still fresh. Maybe. 2 mechs down on the Sabers. Mr. Bear is completely fresh in the back, just doing what he can. Somebody needs to go park up his rear end and just, put some work in there. Is there a focus target for the Sabers? I'm having difficulty spotting it. Looks like there's an Arctic Wolf that is legged, double-legged and down, so that is the first kill there for Swords and Sabers. Unfortunately, they've already lost most of their mechs. Phoenix Sirocco is running around with an open leg, open center torso. Split 9 goes down. And last mech up is going to be Michael Hasek, who is getting jumped from behind, and both legs are open. So, maybe they can pick up a kill. But that longbow is completely untouched this entire fight, so I'd like to see what their damage numbers look like. They were in a pretty good receive position. Little last duel
The
here.
enemy
No,
has
Viper
tapped enough
manages to
resources.
live. Open
We've
leg.
failed.
Looks like they powered down as well, so they were cooking there. But end of the day, I mean, I'm wondering if the longbow carried or not. Looks like some overheat damage, so they were managing to get some shots in. And let's get that look-see here. All right. Quick damage numbers. Low damage on all three Crusaders. Oh, yeah. The pathing just wasn't there for that initial engagement. Um, the ambush didn't work out. That's really the story of the drop. Again, really high team damage on the side of Bears Brawlers, so it's not just a server issue. They just like damage. And I need map. Okay, I need to change my map here. Complexus Conquest. Okay, damage numbers. What was talking about damage? Michael Hasek lived the longest, did 300 damage in their javelin. But rest of swords and sabers, low damage. Uh, damage standout for Bears Brawlers. No one's really standing out. Not even the longbow, which kind of surprises me. For kills, we've got Scyther with 2 kills and 342 damage. So again, picking up a high number of. Or no, the first drop they had damage, but not kills. Now they've got kills, but yeah, okay. So kills are kind of even across Bears Brawlers. Let's just call it that way. All right. What are we looking at now? Do I want to pop up the map strat? These guys are going so fast. I don't know if we even have time, but let's do it. Actually, let's just talk about Forest Colony real quick. So the Forest Colony ambush, not Frozen City, Forest Colony. They're not classic. Forest Colony regular. Okay, so it was an attempted ambush from Sorensen's Sabers. They went this way, something. And so I would say that normal ambush location for what Sorensen Sabers were doing would be kind of in here. But they went extra wide and they went over and somewhere on the map around here. That's more distance to the Theta. Um, that's a longer path to walk, and you're not cutting off the retreat. So the idea with going in the canyon, which is hard to kind of prevent being scouted a little bit, but you can kind of hug the wall, tuck in. I don't know if you can get 6 mechs in there, but you can get a number in there. But you're cutting off the team's retreat. When they step on Theta, their buddies are going to be over here somewhere, right? So the retreat path is going to be away, and so you're cutting that off, right? And then you got to force the alternate retreat path for the Theta mechs. And maybe get some picks. Now, if you go for the ambush out here, the retreat path, they can get. It's basically you've got extra distance to try and run them down instead of cutting them off. And this entire area, there's trees for cover, but the train is a little bit rolling, but it's kind of wide open, so you're vulnerable to range cover fire the entire time you're chasing them down. So, but your ambush is more likely to be spotted in the canyon because people kind of expect it, right? This was an unexpected ambush location. I don't know if I've seen it before. But it didn't work out for a couple of reasons. One of them being the javelins went to defend Epsilon and then they overchased. If they defended Epsilon but didn't overchase, that would have gone a little bit better. And the ambush on Theta didn't manage to catch their mech, and it ended up being like just a chase. Which the javelins, if they had defended Epsilon, then gone back, or I don't know if you want to go back in because you get pincered then, and then you get wrecked. But I don't know. I mean, Bears Brawlers kind of went in cautious, so and yeah, teams are ready. 450 tons for each team. We're going on Grim Plexus. I like the ambush attempt. It didn't work out. Um, but Source Sabers, they're mixing up. They're trying different strats. Last week they were playing LRMs. I love. Um, Not that I think LRMs are good, but I like that people are mixing it up, Not always just the same, exact same weapon system. Mix it up, play something a little bit different, and sometimes we have a good time, hopefully. I have to confess, I haven't actually watched that LRM match yet. I was planning to, but my week, I just haven't gotten things done. Uh, yeah, I got a little bit of a day off here, so maybe I'll actually be able to figure it out. Okay, there we go. I got stuff up. Let's look at the Bear Calves in the red. Now the tonnage at 450, we're going to see assault mechs now. We're not going to see, mediums anymore, probably. LRMs. Oh, they're doing it. LRMs. And the Sabers got like some boring laser build. Binary cannons on the Archer. Executioners got mid-range vomit stuff as well with backups. Ultra 2 Sunspider. I don't see anyone who's going to be narking. So that LRM mech has no narc support, which is, if you're only bringing one LRM mech, that's probably actually correct because you don't want to invest two mechs into one mech's damage. Firestarter, Small Pulse, Black Knights, Chad Knight is binary ER Mead. Okay, so mid-range vomit. Goss on the Warhammer 2C with Goss ER Large. Two of those. So they're playing range here for Swords and Sabers. They're making a play. That is a slow moving Ember. Maybe a light engine on that. But mid-range Mercy type stuff, Timberwolf, and a summoner. Hey, Jimmy's in a summoner with heavy large ER meat. We have a fight around Theta. Yeah, no, that fire starter didn't get there soon enough. It needs to get out, not take damage. Don't take damage. Don't get caught on Theta either. You have no chance of getting on there and getting that cap once they're in position and putting fire in. No LRMs yet have not been revealed. Phoenix Roko taking major damage, 80%. That leg is red, but still armored, and a lot of rear damage as well. Does finally get out. Now, the Sabers do not have a second cap yet. It's 2 caps to 1. It's about to be 3 caps to 1 as the Incubus is looking at it. Is anyone in position to deny? I do not think they are. So Epsilon cap is going to go the way of Bears Brawlers. These caps can be easier to deny than to take because they're in places that are easily overwatched. Theta being taken right now, nobody's in position to deny that for Source and Sabers. It is going to be 4 caps to 1, and that is a hard cap to flip back. So Sabers are going to have to win in a fight relatively quickly. They could send a mech for Theta or make a try on Epsilon, but they are being pushed instead. And currently, they're a little bit spread out right now, Swords and Sabers. Here come the Lerms. Who is the victim? Jimmy dodges. Good dodge, Jimmy. Those UAVs are now kind of a very important target to take down as that LRM 60 has been revealed. I don't think the mech has been spotted, but the amount of LRMs coming in has been spotted. Now, Hetmana is caught, needs to get out of there. They are primary focus, and there is no return fire possible from where everyone's. Rafi is doing a cook-off there, open center torso in that Warhammer 2C. They are very vulnerable to going down. LRM's coming in after them as well. Timberwolf open side torso from Hetmana. And Bears Brawlers has a very good position here right now. All of them are able to put focus fire down, and high ground versus low ground right now going on. Anyone wants a little tactical study here? Looks like Faux Phoenix is kind of caught out and is a focus target right now. They are at a range where they might still be okay to return fire. That UAC2 hitting the cockpit probably is going to be a little bit annoying. We have a brawl as well happening on the side here. Incubus is going in for a dive on Historic Gamer. Historic Gamer, some of their supporting teammates are dead, others are distracted. Historic Gamer is getting reared, and yeah, there they go down, rear center torso. The kill actually went to not the light, and the light was causing the Black Knight to try and twist to protect the back, exposing to the firing line. Phoenix and Hetman are now being rushed. I mean, it's cleanup time right now. Phoenix Roko is in the background grabbing Theta, but it's, caps were important if the fight was going to last more than a couple of minutes, and the fight did not. On the side of Bears Brawlers, there is a legged charger, so maybe they skipped leg day there. Everyone else looking relatively healthy. Some damage numbers are a little bit lower, but They're not in danger of dying. We have a 1v1, but there was early damage on Phoenix Roko, so they are coming this with an armor disadvantage. It's not staying a 1v1. There's some shenanigans here. I expected an honorable fight from the Clanner
Beta is
mech, but
controlled by the
you
enemy.
know the clans, they call it pragmatism. They accuse you of having no honor, and then whenever things are starting to look bad for them, they just start doing whatever they want. It's so
The enemy has
disrespectful. That
just enough
no honor
resources. We've
actuality. It's
failed.
just a crutch that they use when they lose clans. Um, I don't think Bears Brawlers are clans though. So, anyhow, clean sweep there for Bears Brawlers. Um, some adjustments to tactics there. Overall strategy might go a ways for the Sorensen Sabers, but kind of just looked outclassed in that drop. But they have a chance to redo it from the other team side, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe they change something up. They have different mechs that they're going to be using. All right, so same map, different mechs. We'll see how that goes for swords and sabers, if they can pull out something a little bit different. Top damage from the Incubus. Celephist coming up with monsters, 600 damage on their Incubus. Okay, they're 11 damage short of 600, but when a light mech does 600 damage, we can round it up a little bit. Coming up on the big match score as well, only the one kill. Livish picking up 2 kills. Puzzle Whip and an Executioner picking up 2 kills. So mid-range Vomit, I mean, tabletop control, you can start picking off components left and right. How'd that Ebon Jaguar with the Lerms do? 529 damage out of Mr. Bear. Did pick up a kill as well, and a couple of components destroyed. Team damage looking a little bit better for Bears Brawlers on this one. Swords and Sabers, again, not enough team damage. Uh, Phoenix, top damage for Swords and Sabers, come up with 305 damage, which, if everyone on the team had 305 damage, this drop would look different. But, they were in the back, managed to have better angles. Some of these mechs got kind of caught out by the Lerms or by the aggression on the tabletop, where Sabers weren't really set up to repel it. I don't know if they had the scout or not. I think they did, just didn't have the positioning to try and repel what was going to occur to them. I guess I can pop up the map room. Sure, let's pop up the map room. So I guess what I'm going to talk about here is Theta. If you're going to go for Theta, which generally at the start of the drop you want to be rushing your lights to Theta for 2 reasons. One, if you can get it, that's a pretty big advantage because it's an easy cap to deny, a difficult cap to take. So if you have that cap lead, you have the cap lead, right? It's established as long as you've got some range elements in the vicinity that aren't too busy trading to be able to peek up and shoot whatever's daring to step on Theta, because you can see it coming for days. Like it's a big wide open area, and then there's no cover. So some little light tries to get in there, and somebody's got an extra heat capacity and isn't eating a bunch of damage every time they try to over peak a little bit. They could just pop up, put some fire on Theta, get the deny, and strikes as well. Strikes are pretty good on Theta as well. And same with Epsilon. It's a raised, elevated position. Now there's some blocking with the tabletop in the Fox 7, Fox 8, Golf 7, Golf 8 position, right? But Epsilon can be relatively easy to deny as well, which means that the side caps, as they're so far away, Like if you send somebody go back cap, like that takes days, or even capo, and you have no support to start getting run down. You send one mech, there's two mechs, well they're getting killed, right? You send two mechs and you get brawl push, well now you're in a 7v5, right? So scouting is very important on Grimplexes. I don't know if the Sabers had it. This teams are ready to go, so I need to get my thing switched over. All right. Okay, and do I have the team sides correct in the overlay? Somebody tell me. There's a 5-minute delay. Don't bother telling me. Yes, I do. Great. We're all gravy here. Hopefully Sabers can pull out a win here, get some points. Bears Brawlers doing very well to try and lock up that second place finish for them. I don't know if they're in striking distance for first. You get 3 points for a drop for a drop win. They can get 15 points total. They came in here at 40, and FJRD Yoggers is at 56. So no, Bears Brawlers cannot get first place, but they can definitely lock up second, or well, make it very difficult for the other team to get second. I mean, if they do a full sweep, the other team does a full sweep, um, then I don't know what the tiebreaker is. Probably the head to head, but I have no idea. Somebody would have to look into that. It means the admin would have to do work. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, so Epsilon's a little bit in the open, but you know, if you can get early caps on Grimplexes, it's pretty clutch. All right, who are we looking at? Let's look at the Bear Cav. They did weird stuff last drop. Let's see if they do weird stuff again. No, that looks pretty boring. They do have a laser AMS on it, though. Yeah, just like range trade stalkers, range stalkers. They do have a cap spider with the large X pulse that will be going for cap, it looks like. So they're going to grab the side cap and maybe do some back capping. Mid range, Ultra 2 ER large ERPPC night gear. I don't think I've seen that build before. I know there's an AC2 ERPPC build, AC5 ERPPC. I don't know about mixing peeps and lasers. And they also have a locust, so they can do back capping on two sides at the same time. This is looking like a range with caps play out of Bears Brawlers. They are not brawling this drop. We've got Arctic Wolf Prime, which is the Omni. Again, it's a little bit slower. SRM Summoner. Ooh. And Orion Brawl. Another SRM Summoner. That is the oh yeah, what's going on there? And another brawler. So this is a hard brawl out of Sorensen Sabers. They need to find where their opponents are going to be. So scouting is going to be important. They're getting the Theta here, but they're losing Epsilon, Kappa, Gamma, and they didn't take their home cap. Ooh, they forgot to take their home cap. Now, it is a little bit out of the way, so they rushed two Arctic Wolves to get the center cap, ignore the side cap. Now they need to go for a side cap real quick. Because even if they chain the kills quickly here, there's two cap mechs in the Spider and the Locust for Bears Brawlers, and they're actually getting a scout here. So the Bears Brawlers now knows what's up, and they're going to be able to get out because the Swords and Sabers are too slow to pursue the Locust. They've got two Arctic Wolves, and one of them is a 97 kph Arctic Wolf. So they need to find the main body, smash it fast, and then have enough survivors to split for caps, or else this is going to be a cap win. Like I'm not even worried about the range versus brawl situation right now. It's go time. Like you got to go Sabers. You can't be standing on the cap here. You're not even able to take the cap because everyone keeps getting shot. You got to brawl and you got to brawl fast.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Jamie's not moving.
Resource point Sigma.
I wonder if he is DC'd. No, looks okay. The one mech on the cap is a good idea if you're trying to cap it, not having everyone there, because anyone gets shot, everyone stops capping. So fewer targets, a little bit more cover. But this is a bad situation right now. It's not even about the 5 cap. It's about, now they're bleeding armor and the timer's running. The timer's the most important aspect here. It's not even the caps. Because after you finish killing the opponent's range, then you can go get caps. You can't get them beforehand. Your mechs are just too slow. Phoenix is in the lead, but they are taking massive amounts of damage on the approach. The approach is the approach is awkward. They're kind of in the open. Now they're tunneling up with their two mechs. The other two are splitting onto the tabletop. There's a little bit of skirmish action going in the back. GI Jimmy's going around wide. Are they going for a cap point? I hope not. They have to get the kills. They can't play the caps. Can they? Can they play the caps? Maybe. I think they might have taken too much damage already to play the caps. But if they could split off all of their brawlers and park on cap points, they could fend off the lights and force the opposing assaults, range assaults, to split up and push for caps. That might have been an option. We're at 400 caps to, well, basically no caps, and it's 5 caps to none. Like, this is going to end soon on caps if this brawl push does not happen, or a split for caps will occur, which I don't know. That's kind of risky strat. Two very weak mechs pushing in here. This is a massive surround push. Some of these mechs are going to make it in. I don't think it's going to be enough. There's too much early damage here, but they're going to pick up some kills. Puzzle Whip is a little bit beat up, but not... the gas station push is isolated a target. Night Gear should be going down fast. Both legs are open, does go down. A lot of armor's been bled, and the Sabers are starting to go down as well. Next up, I mean, Livish is backing up in their Summoner, the Stalker, sorry. Very hot mech, I would guess. They are probably close to cooking right now, and their leg is open. Now, quickly get that second leg for the kill. Maybe they can chain into 1 or 2 more kills here quickly. Caps are at 560, and it's a 5 cap, so survivors matter. It's not just winning the brawl, it's winning it with survivors. And I think the numbers are already too low for the Sabers in that regard. Even if everyone on Bears Brawlers drop dead, I think it's still a win for them. Rafi is very low, probably going to go down shortly. Side Torse has already been taken off. That's bad news. They do pick up another kill here. They're picking up kills, but 630 on the caps. There's not going to be time to get the caps with 5 mechs, with fewer than 5 mechs remaining. So this is a Bears Brawlers win, but Sabers can pick up a couple more kills, maybe comfort themselves with that. Spider is very, very damaged there. Probably a priority target in this type of a... Well, it's already over, but normally in a situation like this, you want to kill their cap mechs, even ahead of their more range mechs. Maybe you can break off and go get caps or something like that. But right now it's a race to caps or kills, and it's going to be caps before kills. There will be survivors here for Swords and Sabers. Oh, Jimmy, can you... Yes. Jimmy lives, and on the opposing side, a single Spider lives. So that brawl, if it had happened a little bit earlier, a little bit faster, not taking time to stand on Epsilon there, trying to decap, which it feels like it's the priority, but it isn't. There might have been a chance. There would have been a little bit less chip damage coming in. Maybe you have an extra 2 mech survivors. If you had 3 mechs surviving, quickly run to the caps. Maybe. But hey, we got a nice brawl there, so can't complain about that. Okay, I got damage up on the screen. I got to do a little bit of admin work here. Actually, let's pull that up on screen. Real quick, going through the damage. Again, a little bit of team damage, but not enough. 700 damage for Puzzle Whip in that quad LPL Stun Spider. Cellist has 657 in their ER Large Stalker. I think they were the ER Large Stalker. Yes, they were. So too much time was given to them to be able to put out that kind of damage. That mech has very low DPS when it gets pushed and gets hot, and it just didn't get pushed fast enough early enough. Spider putting up good damage with that single large X-Pulse. Of course, it's quirked to all get out. Basically, it's large X-Pulse, and they were allowed to brawl there for a bit. Low damage on the Sabers. Some of their mechs got killed on the push. Others did not. And let's flip that screen over because there's stuff happening. All right, so lobby chat. So, good sir, which map do you ban? Because they get map bans here. They banned Hibernal Rift. Other team picked Vitric. So we're playing on Vitric. I mean, okay, I'll go through this a little bit more detail for those going on. And you, okay. All right, so what's going on is we're doing there's three map options here, and one team bans, the other team picks, and then the other team picks a team side for that map. Did you follow that? Okay, so what happened here is the Sorensen Sabers got to ban a map. They banned Hibernal Rift. Hibernal Rift was one of the three choices. What were the other two? I'm going to pull that up out of the rulebook. Vitric Station, Polar Highlands, and Hibernal Rift were the options. They banned Hibernal Rift, which is, I would say, it's the more brawly map of the three. Yeah. So then Bears Brawlers got to pick between Vitric Station or Polar Highlands. They decided they'd rather play Vitric Station than Polar Highlands. Polar Highlands probably the most range play map, although there's a lot of options on it. Well, basically all three of these maps. Vitric Station is maybe the least option map of these. So we're going to Vitric Station. Sorensen Sabers decide they want Team 2 on that map. I mean, that's a coin flip. The map's not quite symmetrical, but I don't see a clear team side advantage, but I also haven't played the map to death. So comp teams that have been more active than I have might have a better idea of which side they want there. Yeah, and we're alternating servers, so it's Oceanic server for the last drop. I don't think it's making a big difference in their match, but it's the little things, right? Okay, and now that we've done that, I'm gonna actually switch up the map picture. Vitric Station quest. Do we want to talk about Vitric Station? Not really. Tonnage. Tonnage is much higher on this. I don't remember what the numbers were, but it is a high number. 500 or 500 and what is it? 480 to 500? Is that the? Where in the rulebook does it even say that? Well, I can't find it. So, teams know what they're doing. Has a stream crashed? I haven't even been checking. Looks like it hasn't. Hey, that's good. Uh, what is chat saying? Are they saying that my mic's broken? I got ads. I was gonna check now, but yep. I'm assuming it's okay. Um, Good to go. All right, let's pop up the map room. Teams are taking a little bit longer to get ready for this one. They might not have been as well planned as some of the previous drops because they again maybe 100% know which map and side they were playing. So what do we have to say about Vitric Station? Well, you got ramps, get up high, and they got ramps to get up high, and then play on the high ground around Theta. Theta's low ground, but you play high ground anyways, and you play on these ramps. Or if you're not doing quick play, there are a ton of more options. You can start doing these sidewalls. You can do, like some flanky wide boy stuff out here and kind of shoot up to the side. Or you can do the Super Mario jump where you run along and jump up, and they're all like, "Hey, we're playing range," and all of a sudden they're crawled or whatever, right? There's options on this map, and we played it for World Championship Series, so some of these probably have a pretty good idea what they want to do here, and teams are ready to go. Wait, are they locked? Hold on, I wasn't reading chat. What are they all saying? Something about Santa Claus. Oh, Polar Highlands. Yeah. I don't know. Looks more like Antarctica than North Pole, but all right, there we go. Yes, I'm apparently a vampire now. I avoid the sun because I'm all about the night. Yeah, I'm gonna be casting another match in like 8 hours or 7 hours from now. Yeah, 10 a.m. UTC, I think is what it was. So follow the channel and yeah, get a notification. Assuming that you're also a vampire like me. All right, here come teams. Oh boy. I'm not muted.
Command coming in.
Okay, good.
Capture and
Um,
hold the resource point. Stop any
okay, we got
hostiles that
Viper,
get in your way.
Viper, triple Vipers for Sorensen Sabers, a Direwolf with AC2, a Banshee with a very much a DPS receive drop deck. Yeah, two Direwolves, two Banshees, a lot of beef and a lot of DPS. And then three
They've
Vipers,
taken
so they're
its
going low
on.
ground for the cap. It looks like I'm gonna try and
We've
grab some
captured
builds real
resource
quick.
point Signal.
Looks like Bears Brawlers are going for side caps. They
They
brought a
have
Piranha, no
resource
jump
point
jets on
Gamma.
that. Mad Cat with UAC
Command
20 and
confirming that
ER
we
large. I
have
don't know if they're
possession
pushing
of
or
Kappa.
trading. Another one with UAC 10, UAC 5, Kodiak with AC 10, ERPC. They could push or they could receive with that. Flip near UAC 5, Night
Theta is
Gear,
controlled by the
AC
enemy.
5, or sorry, Ultra 5, ERPC. So kind of tradey, but also a bit of DPS. And then an arrow with large X Pulse light machine gun. So mid range skirmish type stuff. Probably going to have a trade situation here where Bears Brawlers might push, or they might elect to try and back with that Piranha. Early damage going out. Looks like I don't know if everyone on Sabers has the angle here. Strikes would be very, very good in this area. Look at this cluster. Drop a couple airstrikes on that. But ooh, Aiden Prime took some heat damage there. Probably from those UAC 20s, which are way out of range. I don't know if you even want to use them at this range. But you're larger, not going to be cooking his mech, so probably need to redo your firing groups there, sir. Or he knows what he's doing. I'll let him do what he's doing. How'd the Source and Sabers fare in that early exchange? It looks rather well to me. They have a range advantage, so if they can find the angles, not lose on caps, they should be able to out damage their opponents. Here's where the brawl is going to happen. These Vipers probably got to play a little bit careful. There's some big weight here. Hetmana, careful, careful, get out. Phoenix Roko kind of sticking around a little bit. Once you see the Kodiak there, you need to kind of just bail out. Split 9, don't peek that. No, Split 9 almost lost a side torso. One little peek. That Kodiak is doing like 50 pinpoint damage, and on a medium or light, that's just immense. Yeah, side torso gone. Rana's diving. Split 9. Split 9's trying to get out. You've got a jump jet advantage, or you did. Now that you've lost a side torso, hey, you have half the jump jets you used to have. I believe that is 8 jump jets in the Viper. 8. I think it's 8. Oh no, Madcap Mark II is getting a peek here. Now, I don't know if the Sabers are getting the peaks here because they're set too far back with some of their direwolves and stuff. They need to. Oh no, Rafu. How did that happen? Oh, okay. So the Trout wasn't in the fight. Rafu got picked. Rafu probably peeking the side to try and support the lights and mediums. And when you go over the edge, then all of a sudden those mid-range mechs can shoot back. So you need to have everyone exposing at the same time from this. And that didn't look like it was happening. Historic Gamers now kind of getting picked out a little bit. Side torso is open, needs to back out of here. Gotta let teammates rotate in a little. Blackjack Arrow, high DPS, probably going to be able to shred through that side torso in no time. How's the rest of
Resource
the team
point
doing here?
Theta is
A good
ours.
adjustment from Bears Brawlers. Both legs are open on that Night Gear. Night Gear goes down double leg, nice kill. But there was a kill returned on the other side, split 9, and the Viper finally going down. Historic Gamers tripled basically. They need to second line, find some teammates to hide behind. Their teammates are also losing fast. GI Jimmy, open center torso. Trout is the guy with the armor left. Yeah, the Trout needs to be posturing more aggressively. Now there's back cap going on. Two mechs went for the back cap. They could probably split send one to
Kappa
Sigma
is
right
under
away because
enemy
they know that
control.
they're losing too many mechs too fast. I don't think the back cap's going to work here. We're only at 270 to. And here comes the Piranha. Piranha's standing still, leg is open. Trout's kind of playing this game. They need to get back to back here. Jimmy, no, Jimmy. Oh, Jimmy's actually got more rear armor than front armor, but in the end, it's not enough to save him. Um, and that leaves the Trout. The Trout is open side torso, has a Piranha about to come in behind them. Or not going to go behind, but took side torso and center torso now open. Finish that up. AC2s versus Piranha is not a very fun fight. That leg is open though, but does not manage to pick it off. Piranha's doing some work. We have a little
We
skirmish
have
going
Gamma.
on. I went the wrong way.
We have gained Epsilon.
Kodiak versus Vipers. Kodiak is fresh. The Viper was not. There's also a Mad Cat in the vicinity. The other Viper escapes. Phoenix Roko, can they pull off a miracle?
Command
Well, let's wait and
confirming that
see.
we have possession of Kappa.
Blackjack. Blackjack's relatively healthy. Anything weak, open leg, could pick off the leg, then run away, then pick off the leg on the Piranha, run away. But the Viper's already open leg from Phoenix Roko. They are not finding the angle right now. Trying to find. Yeah, got a leg off of the Piranha, but staying in range also got legged. Yeah, it's the DPS to DPS war right now, and there's
We've
no way
gathered
out.
enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge
I like the
tactical
strat.
benefit.
I like the adjustment for Bears Brawlers better. Well played. So clean sweep for Bears Brawlers on this particular match. We had some good fights though. It wasn't completely one-sided. So, sometimes you see a 5-0 score and you go, well, what happened there? But we had some good fights here. Definitely not a bad match to watch. I'll pop up some damage here. There's a little bit of team damage from one player, but nobody else did it. You know, I don't know. Team damage, there was sometimes team damage, there was sometimes not. A mixed bag there. So get that in there. I did get that in there. All right, so looking at the damage numbers right now, or not looking at damage numbers because I clicked the wrong button. There we go. Looking at damage numbers. Um, top damage. It's that Mad Cat Mark II-B. There were two of them. The one put out was the mixed DPS one that did the big damage there. Fighter, 750. 3 kills though for the Blackjack Arrow, and it's basically 700 damage. So 9 components destroyed. So selfless, safe, safest. I don't know. I'm sorry. Coming out big with both kills and damage. Puzzle Whip also doing notable damage. A little bit lower on some of the other players, but I mean it's big chunky boys going at each other, so there's a lot of damage to go around. On the opposing side, the Vipers kind of got caught out, didn't have the appropriate reaction when they saw that Kodiak was downstairs. I don't know if the team had called that out or not. The team probably saw them dropping. Maybe the Vipers could have bailed out a little bit faster with some better communication there. Um, I don't know what the comms are like, but when everyone when the big assault mechs drop onto Theta, you don't want to have your medium. So yeah, some damage put out from the Trout, historic gamer. Oh, they were winning the early trades. That's why the opponents. But it was the reaction after the drop is kind of and good on Bears Brawlers to not just stand up and trading it. Trade. Well played for Bears Brawlers. And yeah, I mean, Sorensen Sabers, they had a little bit of rough outing here, but they've shown some alternate strats, something tweaked a little, and not completely outclassed in this. I'm gonna say. Um, Everybody's gone from the lobby. What happened? Okay, I guess that's it. Anything else that I need to talk about in the wrap up here? Nope. All right. Thanks for showing up, watching our match. Thanks for the teams for booking a match on Friday NA evening or Aussie Saturday morning, so that I could cast this match here. I know some of you were staying up late, some of you were getting up early. Kind of how it works in North America mechanics. Yeah, thanks for putting up a good show. Thank you to the viewers for showing up and the tournament organizers and competitive MW just for setting this up for us to play, watch, and cast. Been a good time. Hit a follow on the channel. Again, I'm going to be back in 7 hours. 7 hours from now, expect another match. It's a Oceanic versus European match or something like that. So for North American vampires, it is perfect time. And I will see you there. Therax out.